Hey YouTube, this is Ace again from Fit to Play Games. I have this video today, just a little introduction, why I started YouTube, and a little bit of history, what made me want to do this. So stay tuned, and I'll tell you guys what made me do this. Hey, welcome back, guys. So I promised you guys last time I'm gonna make a video about my reasoning starting a YouTube video. Number one, I I am a gamer through and through. I've always been a gamer since I was younger. You know, not having so much things in life kind of makes you want to work harder. So, back in the Philippines, which the country of my origin and where I was born, I never really got to play games until my father decided to come here to the US, where most of his family was. This is where they were at, and he knew the opportunity to be able to work here would help provide for his family. I was 4 then when he left, and my brother was like 1. And at that time, you know, we were in the Philippines, we were going to a good school. My brother and I went to a private school back in the Philippines, and my dad definitely took care of us, paid for all the tuition and everything that we had to do in order to go to the school. And that was one of the main things. And also during the summer, my parents, or I was able to persuade my mother to get us a video game system, which back in the Philippines, the most popular one was a Super Famicom, I believe. It was the one with the it was printed as like it was white, peach colored square, red controllers. They were this small. I mean, nowadays it's that small for me just because I'm a little bit older. I got bigger hands than when I was younger. And yeah, that's where my journey started. I started to play more games. Back in the Philippines, I had 3 games. I had the Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, and then I think it's some kind of it was a Japanese game. I didn't understand anything in it. When I bought the system, my mom got me the game. Me and my brother were playing the game. It was like some kind of ninja game with, like, you know, shurikens. You know, who doesn't like shurikens? Everybody likes being a ninja. So we played that, and then eventually that system broke. And then for a couple of years, I got held back, not knowing about any other system that's out there. You know, the Sega was there, the what was one of those popular ones? TurboGrafx was out. Here I am just learning how to, you know, own your own computer and buying a computer in the private school that we were going in. And, you know, as the gaming world progressed, we were kind of, let's just say we were in isolation. So then after a few years later, down a couple of years, my dad was able to finally get me, my brother, my mother to come here to the US, enable us to live here, finally grow up here and work and have all the opportunities that we never have in the Philippines. Then after that, my journey started to continue again. I met my best friend in high school. I'm not going to discuss any names just because, for privacy wise, this video is just basically a private one, but at the same time, I won't be discussing anything that's too private just because to keep the person's privacy private. Anyway, my best friend, I met him. He introduced me to the PlayStation system. Now, the PlayStation system, I thought, oh my god, this is better than a computer. Because back in the day, well, not back in the day, but like when I came here from the Philippines at the age of 13, my only game system was my uncle's computer. Now, he had the DOS program, MS-DOS, enabling you to play certain games in the computer. But then they were like one of those program games that are like brick games, 2D games. Yes, 2D games was still the best, was still awesome, by the way. I've always wanted to own like a Sega system, but I never got a Sega system. I got a Super Nintendo. Anyway, my friend introduced me to the PlayStation, and it just blew my mind. Final Fantasy VIII was the very first game that I ever played, and my friend let me borrow the system for the weekend. I remember this vaguely. No, I remember this like the day like it happened yesterday. He let me borrow his system. He let me borrow Final Fantasy VIII, and I played it at home. Number one, for an entire hour, I was trying to figure out how to play the game. I'm like, I'm so used to the Zelda games from the Super Nintendo. I'm like, how come the sword's not coming out? And then how come I encountered it this and that, and it's so hard. I have to like choose what to do. The battle system is different from the actual hack and slash shield bumping with just the Zelda games, and it was more of like a beat 'em up. I'm used to the beat 'em up type of games, and then I got into it more, and then an hour 30 minutes later I started reading up to the story, and then it started to open up a little bit more, and I started to understand, oh, so this is what he was talking about, that it's a role-playing game. So from then on, I started to at the age of 16, 17, I started to work. I started to get into games more, and then I started to buy more consoles and more games to explore. Game Boys. I went through the Game Boy Pocket, by the way. That was my very first Game Boy, not even the traditional. My cousin actually, however, when we came here together from the Philippines when we were younger, she was the only one who had the Game Boy that we had to fight over, just because there is just the one Game Boy, and there's me, my brother, and her, and there's three of us, so who gets to play first? Of course, she's the owner, so she wants to play. But then I would, sneak when she was sleeping in the airplane. I would sneak and take it away and then play with it. Anyway, make the story short, I've been a gamer ever since I could remember when I was younger, and as I started growing up here in the United States. So the reason why I started the whole YouTube video and making videos and such, I feel like I like to talk. I'm a talker. I like to explore new things, games. I feel like there's so much to talk about that I feel like YouTube is the only place where I could actually express my opinions, my thoughts on certain games, and thoughts on certain companies and how they would create games. And therefore I feel like YouTube is an actual, I think it's still a very good platform for starting certain videos like this and exploring together with other people. And don't get me wrong, there's other programs out there, or there's other platforms that you can do this to. Excuse the sound of the noise in the background, just because I was loading up some laundries. But anyway, YouTube is still a great format or platform for me to start these videos and talk about commentaries on certain games, and then I can actually interact with viewers, and that's you guys. When you guys come in and jot down certain comments, hey, like for example, blah this, blah that, and I don't think that's right, and then I could actually respond to what you guys were talking about, or whatever you guys are responding to my statement, something like that, of that nature. And I feel like there's so much things to talk about, and there's so much things to share, and YouTube is where I kind of chose to do this with. And hopefully you guys support my channel. Subscribe if you haven't. I know I only have like one subscriber at the moment, but you know what? As soon as you guys start seeing my videos and more content comes, I hope that, you know, eventually we can lit up and get this channel going. I mean, it's already going right now. I just feel like there's so much more you guys can get from me, and I feel like there's so much to share. So hopefully this kind of opens up a new horizon for everybody else who's trying to start in YouTube. Don't be afraid. I mean, talking is talking. It's natural. It just comes natural. Open your mouth and words will come out. And I feel like YouTube is the way to go. And I'm not sponsored by YouTube or anything or any other companies. I do this for myself and for you guys. So if there's anything else that you have questions about, if there's anything that I have not covered regarding my starting a YouTube channel, message me in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe, because then subscribing kind of helps me out, get my name out there, and be a part of the community as big as we are. Anyway, thank you again. Hopefully this kind of gives you a little bit of background history about myself and why I started this whole channel. Again, I've been really busy lately just because I've been working a lot, and like I said, remember you guys, I'm coming up with the content when I go to E3 this June, and I've already got everything booked. I've set up everything. I've got the hotels ready, the car ready, and the flights ready. So all I need is for June to come and show you guys more content. At the meantime though, while you guys wait for that, I have more content, more store buying, more of game hunting for games that are cheap, and I will give you guys more of that content while we wait for E3. Anyway, thank you so much. Please support me, subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
I don't even have tears no more. If I did, I would cry right now. I don't really wanna die right now. I'm sorry for the lies right now. I don't even have tears no more. If I did, I would cry right now. I was overthinking way too much. I lost my sanity. I put money and fame over my family. I hope I go to heaven. I don't wanna see what hell is. I'm sorry for the times I lied. I was being selfish. We were arguing. I never got to say goodbye to you. Last thing that came out my mouth was a lie to you. Chasing money and women instead of spending time with you. I guess I had to die to figure I would die for you. Should've said sorry all those times I made you mad. Now my son and daughter growing up without a dad. I was never there for you when you told me you were sad. I took for granted everything we had. I'm sorry that I brought this drama into our home. I should've paid attention to you and just put down my phone. Now I'm regretting everything, laying here all alone. Nobody made me do these things, I did them all on my own. I don't really wanna die right now. I'm so sorry for the lies right now. I don't even have tears no more. If I did, I would cry right now. I don't really wanna die right now. I'm sorry for the lies right now. I don't even have tears no more. If I did, I would cry right